What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Digital Slang. Welcome back to Small Business Reviews. This is part 2. We had Primal Instinct Apparel. Today we have James Garcia.
What's going on?
What's up, man?
What's up?
Mr. Build Rite.
Mr. Build
He
Rite.
is a carpenter. He is a beast.
That's right.
What's up, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just doing carpentry things.
He's a carpenter, like Jesus.
Yeah. I'm holy.
But anyway, tell us about the business.
Mr. Build Rite. So Mr. Build Rite is a contracting business. We do remodeling. We do mostly kitchens, bathrooms. And we do a lot of fine woodworking, cabinetry, custom vanities, a lot of fine woodworking type work.
You're in Jersey.
I'm in
right?
Jersey, South Jersey.
You're in South Jersey specifically, or do you cover other regions?
I cover other regions. I will go to Philadelphia, depending on the job and the parking situation. But mostly South Jersey, Central Jersey is kind of where I stay. I have a good clientele list around here, so I stay local.
How'd you get into it, man?
I got into it through my dad. My dad is a woodworker by trade. We're originally from the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago, so he was a tradesman. Moved to the United States in 1995. Went through school and started working in retail. And I did it for over 12 years, and I just wanted a change.
You did retail for 12 years?
Yeah, I did retail for 12. I was actually in loss prevention. I used to catch shoplifters and
Oh man,
yeah,
you wouldn't have liked
bad
me.
boys, So I made a change. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I said, you know what, man, I really like building things,
And your dad did it.
My dad did it. He tried to discourage me at first. I think he was more frustrated with the skill trade. We talked about this all the time. I think there's a lack of appreciation for a skilled trade. Now they're starting to see the demand for it, but I went to a trade school and I wanted to learn from the basics. I think that was his way of trying to see how committed I was. And so he said, hey, man, you should go to trade school. And I did it.
So you did it. Now you're a business owner.
Now I'm a business owner.
What are some of the perks of owning your own business?
Well, definitely, I think there is the major perk is, of course, you don't have a physical boss, no one breathing down your neck, no one to command you, and there's some freedom there, which is a bit of relief. The other perk is, I think, if you plan right, is financial freedom, because you can spend money where you need to. And then the other one is, I think, you can control how much you want to make, how little you want to make. You want to work a lot, you can make a lot of money. You want to work little, and I think it's just more of that control.
So basically, complete freedom over your life, whether it's financially, your time, and when to work, when not to work. I mean, it opens up so many things, and it gives you a sense of pride.
It does.
Whether you're making money right off the bat or not,
right,
you still get that freedom.
Absolutely, and the perfect word you just said there, a sense of pride. When I look back at something that I did, sometimes I can't believe it. I'm like, did I do that? I'm amazed that, wow. But it's when you're under the pressure to deliver, and you have a passion for what you do, it comes out in the work. And when people see the work and they're wow, you're like, yes.
Well, you're creating something, right? You're creating. It's their vision, right? And you're able to create it. So you're an artist, basically.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, we are. They can give us a drawing, and we could, from paperwork to large finished product, it's amazing.
And I've seen some of your work. Your work is amazing.
Thank you.
There will be pictures up towards the end of the video. We'll post a bunch of your work up.
Yeah.
But where can they find you?
They can find me on Facebook at Mr. Build Rite. You can also look at James Garcia. I have things on there. I'm working on a web page.
James Garcia on Facebook?
Yes.
All right.
And then I'm working on a web page, and my good buddy here said, hey, man, you need to get Instagram.
Instagram is key. Well, there's a lot of social media apps that are key for building a small business.
Right.
So,
one of them.
Come on, man. You need to get
I
with it.
have to join the program,
It's going to help your business, which will help your family, which will
absolutely
generate revenue. And
no, listen, I buy into it. It's definitely something that, before I wasn't really, I'm not really big into social media, but I do see if you use it as a tool.
Well, that's what it is. Yeah, it's a tool. I mean, it's a tool in every sense of the word. I mean, no matter what you're looking for, you can find it on there, right?
Right.
And
that's that's the way the world is going.
Yeah, if you want to build a business, build a brand, to build, your name.
Right.
then you just got to. But you got to put the time in to use it. It's just more work.
Right.
But if you want to be successful, then you got to put the time in.
Right.
And it's actually easier than it used to be.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. From what I see, and I mean, I'm seeing a lot of guys, the younger generation of carpenters, trade guys are definitely utilizing social media way. So I need to get on that because I work with a lot of men that are older than me and they don't really use that. But I see that the young generation now, we're now starting to see the transition where a lot of the younger guys who are starting to take over their dad's business, their uncle's business, they're utilizing social media, and I see the benefit of it, and I say, wow, maybe I do need to reconsider.
Yeah. But for now, they can find you on Facebook.
Yep.
Instagram is coming. The website is coming. We're going to post his phone number below so you guys could blow him up.
Yep.
I probably won't do that, but I would like to.
Yeah.
I also want to talk about what you do. You're a carpenter. That's a skill, right? And you went to trade school. Yeah. And I think in today's world, I think trade schools are kind of forgotten.
Yeah, they are.
A forgotten thing. And it's disappointing.
It is very disappointing. I mean, I think, that's the product of the 80s and the 90s where it was an age of excess and it was a boom in so many, culturally, socially. It was a huge, a different time. It was a huge boom in technology and everybody was focused on a higher education, college. Maybe it was to do with a campaign that started in the 70s called "Work Harder, Not Smarter."
Yeah,
and it was great branding. Anything that has success, like we just talked about, has to have some brand behind it. And it was a picture of a man covered in oil. He was a mechanic, and then a guy with a degree, and he was smiling and jumping and skipping. And there were two pictures, and the pictures told the story.
Yeah, but it's not an accurate story.
It's not an accurate story at all.
Because the time you put in at a college or university or anything like that,
right.
If you put that same time in to learn a trade,
right.
You can make the same amount of money.
Absolutely.
Or own your own business.
Right.
Or make more money.
Right.
And you don't have the debt.
Absolutely. And I think, like we just said, the reward. There are other rewards in life other than the financial reward.
Absolutely.
And I think we live in a society because we now.
But we're not saying that stuff also is not a bad route. Like it's not a bad thing, and that's what you choose, and
not at all.
And go for it.
But between the two of us, we have met people that we know they don't want to be in college. You don't want to be here.
Yeah.
They're just as confused, but they're stuck and tethered to this idea that this is what I have.
That's what they're told to do.
Right.
It's not for everyone. You're right. It's not for everyone. Right. And there is another way. There is another way to be successful.
Right.
There is another way to work for yourself. It doesn't have to be college. It doesn't have to be anything like that. But you do have to put the work in.
You do have to put the work in. I mean, it took me about a good 4 to 5 years to really develop and sharpen my skills where I felt I can deliver a product and that customer be extremely happy with the end result, And you're always adding to your repertoire because just as much as there's technology being introduced yearly, there are certain materials that are getting better and better and better. Right?
New techniques,
the way you do things, the way you handle things. Right now I use a product from Germany for my bathrooms. Whenever I do a remodel and I gut a bathroom and I get ready to do the bathroom, before we used to do it the old school way, which was you would demo the bathroom and you would do a wet bed. And that's a lot of time. That's cement, that's mortar, that's a lot of work. It's not only backbreaking work, but it's time consuming. And I found this company that was selling this bathroom. It was like it's called a Weedy. Weedy it's a system that you use, Weedy shower systems, and it comes pre-pitched, pre-formed. You install it. It's waterproof. It's an excellent product. It's pricey, but I work it into the price, and I tell the customer, you're getting an outstanding product. It's like the iPhone of bathrooms.
Oh, wow.
And it's an excellent product.
So that saves you a lot of time then.
It saves me a lot of time. And the great thing about it is an advanced technology. One thing we don't talk about in the building trades is this. We've been essentially building homes the way we have for the last 100 years. We've just been updating the insulation and things like that. But there's a lot of technology that will truly enhance a home and make a home more comfortable, more efficient. There's a lot of things that if we took the time to learn, we can truly make our homes more efficient, in terms of the footprint that they're going to leave on the environment, all of those things, it's there.
Yeah.
We pay more attention to the technology we can hold in our hand, but there's other aspects in the building trades that are.
Oh, it's in all things, right?
Yeah.
Technology is in everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I go to Home Depot sometimes or Lowe's or whatever, and I see newer things where I'm like, wow, this is new. This is better.
Right.
And I'm willing to try it. Like a lot of the old school guys, you don't do that. I used to do it this way.
Yeah. Yeah. People get stuck in their ways, right? If it works, if it's not broken, why fix it?
Yeah.
Is that a term? If it's not broken, why fix it?
Yeah.
I don't even
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix. That's it.
So we do a lot of that, and we're finding that especially now with one thing we see is a lot of people are starting to they want wall units now because
wall units meaning
back in the day when you would go into a home you would find beautiful a beautiful wall unit, wood wall unit, but people had those big boxy TVs, so they're always in there and they would close the cabinets. But now TVs are flat, so you can put a TV on a wall and you can build cabinetry around it and have it be a wonderful piece of woodworking, like cabinetry around your TV, and people are starting to want those things again. I think it's an increase. So there's definitely an increase in the home remodeling shows, HGTV.
Oh yeah,
they're everywhere,
and they're very popular.
Right. My favorite is the original called This Old House. That's the original home.
Bob Vila.
Well, Bob Vila's not on it anymore, but he was one.
He was the original, wasn't he?
He was one of them.
Yeah, the host.
Yeah, it was.
I like the
Tom Silver and what's his name? Norm Abrams.
Yeah, Norm. Norm was his buddy. Yeah,
he's still there. He's still there.
Norm's still there.
Yeah, he's still there. I mean, the show is still running, man. It's 42 years, I think.
Wow, that's amazing. I like Chip. Chip and Joanna Gaines.
Yeah. They do a great. They have their products out now. But the thing about those shows, though, the reason I'm not so big of a fan of them is because they don't really go into the detail of the craftsmanship. This is why I prefer This Old House.
Bob Vila.
Yeah.
That type, right?
Yeah.
So you've been in business now for how long?
I've been in business for about 8 years now.
What are some of the pitfalls you're finding? Like we talked about some of the positive things.
Right.
What are some of the things that are pitfalls that there's a lot of people out there that want to start their own business. And I think fear holds a lot of people back because they're scared of failing.
Right. Well, yeah, listen, anytime you take a jump into entrepreneurship, there is risk involved.
Yeah.
Because nothing is guaranteed. For me, it's probably the toughest thing is the bidding part, because you don't know. You're kind of guessing. You know what the work costs, but you're kind of guessing to where this person, what they want to spend. A lot of people,
customer.
Yeah, the customer. So they don't want to tell you their budget. They're afraid that if they tell you a budget,
they're never going to tell you the real budget, right? They're always going to lowball it.
Yeah, they're going to nudge it. Then you're going to nudge it right after that.
Yeah.
But that's a stressful part, is the negotiating part, because we don't. So in contracting, there's something that started a while back, which was free estimates, and we all kind of follow that. But it really hurts you because you could spend an entire.
You're spending your time doing an estimate, whether it's an hour or a couple hours. Like that could be time that is spent.
Right. So that's one of the pitfalls. The other one is probably a customer that is maybe they're too picky, and they're trying to wring out from you as much work as they can for what they feel they're paying for.
Right.
There is that. I have encountered that where someone is they just want to squeeze you for as much as they can get out of you.
That's tough, man.
That is a hard one. And you have to exercise patience. That's one thing that this has taught me, is patience. And then the last one is time. Your time is, when you have a family and people who spent money with you, they think they own you. And now we live in a time where if you give them your phone, they're texting you at 10 at night. They're texting you. Yeah. They're calling you. It's like you're.
They expect you to be there 24/7.
Right. Yeah. So they don't think that you have a family, you have a wife, you have a kid, you have other things that you have other customers.
Yeah.
Once they give you that money, they think I now have.
You're mine.
Yes.
Until this job is done. Yeah. You're mine.
Right. And that could be hard, because you don't want you don't want to build, because you're building a relationship. So you're building relationships with people. And it's a two-way thing.
And that's the problem. If you make them happy, right, they're going to recommend you to somebody else. Right. You're going to get more work. But say you don't answer your phone at 10 o'clock in the morning, they might say you're hard to get a hold of.
Right. I had one of my partners, him and I. He's another cabinet maker, and he told me, he said a customer was texting him at 4 a.m.
That's insane.
and was surprised that he didn't answer. So this guy was up at 4, so he's like, well, I'm up at 4. What are you doing?
Yeah. He expects you to be there.
Right.
I mean, I get it. It's not cool. Mm-mm. So, like you said, you have to have patience.
You have to have patience,
right?
Patience, yeah.
And if you can deal with that and keep grinding, right? Keep getting up, because there are many good things of having a business.
Absolutely.
Then you can be successful. And maybe you don't see the financial gains of that right away, but
not right away.
The things we talked about before, the freedom, the pride that it gives you, those things are all going to lead to hopefully financial freedom.
Yeah, and the last thing I would add, I would say, you're only as good as your team. So if you can assemble the right people and you could put into them and really help them grow, you can really develop an awesome team.
Yeah, you build that trust with them if they have a similar work ethic.
Yeah, do right. I feel like my motto is, I want to do right by you and you do right by me. Like, get back to that type of thinking,
Yeah. Well, Mr. Build Rite.
Mr. Build Rite.
Check him out on Facebook right now. Soon to be Instagram, soon to be his webpage.
Yes.
And you can find him also at James Garcia on Facebook.
Yeah.
Check out his work. I'm going to post a lot of pictures of his work.
Yeah.
Check him out. Hit the like button, subscribe, ring that bell, and we'll be back with another small business review. But for now, thanks for coming by, bro.
Thank you.
Peace.